Then Cup of JoJo, and honestly, I need a Cup of JoJo right about now, as it's we had a great first set of matches earlier, so I'm very excited here. You have no audio coming in, by the way. No audio. I am so sorry. Your video's good. Your audio is what's coming on. So we will wait for our lovely host to be joining us momentarily. But in the meantime, looks like Nightlight's gonna be setting up a lot of different. Oh, they do get a tag on the Survivor potentially. They do, however, manage to get the EMP off, and that is going to be very lucky for the Survivors. They try to dodge the slipstream coming in from the biopod. There's a slipstream. And yeah, I imagine they will be able to get to the TNL wall here, but in overdrive mode, it's going to be a little bit before they can get this. This might be first to coming in. And no, the vaults have been fixed. My goodness. Looks like Singularity looking around, maybe dropping Chase altogether here. Not sure. Oh yeah, it looks like another survivor going to be taking Chase here. Oh, a little bit of a perspective shift there. Trying to get the tag, and they do end up getting the overdrive coming in. Fang's going to need some help here. We do see a Telltale classical sloppy butcher coming in, and I do believe that was a head-on play coming in. I didn't see it coming, but yeah, that was in fact a head-on from our dear Ashley here, taking a tag through the window and dropping down.
All right, I think we are good now.
I can hear you and see you. Welcome back.
Yo, thank you so much. All right, so we do have Singularity here, and now we're on this Fang. I mean, honestly, seeing Nightlight already applying this much pressure as Singularity is crazy. With the double back from Fung here, we then do get that down, already having one gen done, and we are, looks like we're getting our first hook of the match.
Yep, and it looks like it's gonna be a pain res to boot, as Meg's gen does take a tap, but again, perfect call out there from Ascetic, as they are gonna be off that gen just long enough to avoid the scream. And now looks like, wait, does that block it?
It looks like it's starting to block it, but he does not avoid it completely. He tries to hop into the locker to avoid it, but unfortunately he does. Oh my gosh, to then come back and check and then get the teleport. The Singularity is putting in work.
They absolutely are, and worth noting, they're not going for a tunnel out either, so they are spreading the pressure around, which means that, you know, multiple gens gonna be getting popped here by the pain resonance. It looks like Killer's gonna go over to pop the gen as well. Maybe another gen being the one. Maybe that wasn't even a pain res hook. I'm not sure. I think it was a pain res though.
Okay, and it looks like we do have those two survivors healing under the hook here. We do see a. I think he was trying to go for a teleport there or a tag there with the pod on the back of the wagon, but it looks like now we're gonna go ahead and get a pod over on Ash. Again, just Nightlight doing an amazing job of just spreading out these pods, allowing him to create a great amount of like movement within the game. We do see then going back to the hook to then get another down on Ash onto second stage for him as well.
Yeah, Ash is going to be on second stage there, and Survivors had a really good start there, coming with Pop Goes the Weasel, and yeah, now Survivors needing, oh no, but finding the Meg, not able to set up for a hook trade here, and there's gonna be a lot more pressure coming in on these Survivors, as we've seen a lot of Singularity towards the latter half of the season, and looks like it was a lucky break, and very lucky break for Meg, as having a 2-tap on them while having a hook is gonna be pretty brutal here. And checking around, not seeing any progress on these gens. I'm curious. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be in the back of the map here, as switching perspectives, as I keep forgetting the screen sharing is still an issue here.
Yeah, and it's Nightlight does not have any pods out here on the far end of the map, so he's not going to have any visual of where these survivors are. He's kind of staying towards the center of the map here, allowing for the survivors to crank out these side or these edge gens, creating a little bit of pressure. But also, again, I think once we get into the end part of this match, we're really going to see the survivors having a hard time completing gens, as they will be more centered in the in the map.
Yeah, I think so. There's a little bit to that, yes and no. So one thing to notice is there was a 3-gen in the back. So the 3-gen has been broken. And generally, when it comes to Dead Dog Saloon, once the 3-gen in the back is taken care of and you have the Saloon gen being available to you, that's really good generally. But the problem is, the Singularity has a verticality that's not like other killers. So that yeah, you're kind of right in this scenario, just because that generator's like just a hop, skip, and away. Yes, it's upstairs, but Singularity don't care.
He doesn't, especially with those pods. He can literally just tag you, then switch to another. What I've noticed the Singularity doing is he'll tag you with one pod, then switch over to another pod to actually get a really quick slipstream in. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's a strat that he continues to use during this match.
Honestly, fair. Oh, and they get the tag on the other survivor. I didn't realize it's. I will say, folks, it's very annoying not having the killer perspective because just the sheer frame shearing that's going on. But this killer is just absolutely cat and mousing and corralling these survivors around at all times. Not able to get the pickup yet as well. It's looking possibly like we're going to be seeing a 4K2 here unless something miraculous happens. There's no deliverance.
And I wonder if there's any UB in that play here. We'll have to wait and see, as we do have one survivor that is on. And that is the double down here. We do have one survivor on hook 2 down, and we're going to go ahead and pick up. See if an Unbreakable comes into play here.
I can say right now there is not going to be, because Unbreakable is not allowed. Essentially, it's allowed in very niche scenarios and gets S tiers essentially.
Okay.
It's not a perk that we give out lightly, similar to Sprint Burst and Deliverance. Decisive generally is allowed, it's fine. But yeah, again, it comes into play that Singularity has only been really used towards the latter half of the season. We don't have a lot of data. That's what we base a lot of our bans and picks off of. The admins will, and again, I'm not part of that process, I do production. The admins handle all the bits and numbers behind the scenes. It comes down to stats. Like, for instance, Plague was continuing to have a lot of really good seasons, and so we added Sprint Burst allowed against her, and we kind of tamed her back a little bit. Nurse has slowly been seeing better, more, I would say, balanced kill rates overall, because we've been taking perks away slowly, one bit at a time. Like, we recently removed Agitation on the Dead Dog Saloon, and I'm so my first and foremost thing is, okay, never mind. I was wondering, is there screen shearing? Yes, there is. So, to the survivors we go. A little bit of BM body blocking here coming in from the Renato. Toxic survivor gameplay.
Oh man, I think they already just want their teammates out of the game already. But let's get into this match. One thing that I super enjoy about the Legion is it's definitely their chase music here. Oh, I think probably the best chase music in DBD. Oh, okay, no blind off there, off of the firecracker. We do get a hit, and then straight into Chase, losing or getting out of his Fury.
Yeah, they do leave the frenzy, continuing to walk through.
Sorry,
There's
frenzy.
the kick on the door. Just continuing chase. Looks like Survivor working on the gen upstairs, and they're gonna be dropping down, following. No balanced landing, and so Renato's days might be numbered here potentially.
But creating still just enough distance here to be able to. Oh, we do see that pallet break as one of the add-ons, and then thinking they were going to go to the pallet, create some more distance here with the Legion. Oh, sorry, Renato creating some more distance here, continuing chase with Legion.
So yeah, that is the iridescent button that is breaking the pallets. This is a pretty common build that we see on the killer. There's the enduring Spirit Fury to boot, but it was a smash hit, and so the survivor able to get some distance there despite the enduring Spirit Fury breaking the pallet immediately. Honestly, perfect timing.
It honestly was perfect timing. And then what we see here is then creating just a little bit more of a time in chase, allowing these other survivors to crank out these gens. It does look like we do have them on 3 separate gens. There goes the back corner. We're super close here to oh man, I cannot think of the name. Gallows.
Yeah.
And then we also have main looks like it is about finished as well. That was a great chase through and through with the trade here. Or not a trade, but actually a body block, allowing there to be a sufficient amount of space. Then the swing and miss on Renato. Oh man, creating again so much space for these survivors to continue to allow map pressure.
If I say so, what happened there was it's because they frenzied for the yeah, I say enduring spirit fear come in there. Because they had to frenzy for the hit, it was a longer cooldown than what normally would happen when they hit normally. So it wasn't a hook trade. And then at the window, they were actually trying to body block the window from the survivor so they couldn't vault it, but wasn't able to get there in time. Is very close call. And second hook coming in for the survivors here, but the tie conditions already been met here as 3 gens have been completed. And so taking chase with Fang in the back here, taking a hit through the window, and Fang gonna get plenty of distance here as I'm surprised they're not really trying to chain their frenzy at all, which is very interesting. Just using it for a hit and then an easy follow-up.
Yeah, and but what we are seeing here, Rue, actually is these survivors are continually running into dead zones that have been created by their teammates. So we're gonna hop here into Shaq. That was such a close call, but Fung actually creating a little bit more space for herself here, but unfortunately it's not enough as we do see the Fung go down.
They do, but this jet about to fire off. There's the win condition for Eternal. Eternal will be taking set number 1 with that that generator. Now the question is can Ascetic end the game before too many points are given to the to Eternal here? Because obviously, if it goes to a tiebreaker set, you don't want to be down too many points.
Yeah, exactly. And here, but what we do see is we see this Renato over on this gen just cranking away here about 60%. But you're gonna have another survivor joining them. If we do see it down here, they will get that gen complete. But then again, trying to rack up as many points as possible here. We're gonna see what this Legion can do.
Yeah, and with that final gen being done, not much can be done there as we effectively know most of the perks for this killer here. Taking chase with the Soma here. Oh my goodness, just absolutely clutch. Forcing the pick here as obviously worth less points in this hook and making sure the survivors get out. Gonna be wasting plenty of time. And yeah, exit gate almost done as well. It's probably gonna be a 3-man out. It's gonna be a very strong set 1 here for Eternal potentially.
Yeah, and then as well, Ace has no hook sticks, but we see the Renato coming back around, being all sneaky, like going for the unhook. Oh, and they have renewal. We're gonna see what happens. And they have renewal. Oh my goodness. So you're gonna have a fully healthy survivor here, possibly being able to come in and take hits as well. Oh, but they got
a little too close.
So oh my goodness, the amount of just like misses that have been happening in this game are so close.
Well, they fixed the vaults, from what I understand. The vaults are no longer problematic like they were, so you're actually getting the proper distance that you're supposed to be in. You know, killers were used to getting very generous hits there for a couple of weeks, as dear goodness, you didn't get any distance from the vaults.
So now what you're saying is I can hop onto DBD today and actually vault through windows and not just get pokos.
Possibly. Now
okay.
I can't account for a skill issue. I'm kidding. I love you.
Oh, okay. You know, I'm still out here just trying to hit Eerie 1, Rue. It's fine, okay?
It's fine. Oh, trying to get the pickup, but it's not going to work out in their favor. They want the 4 out. This is what I love. It's a little bit greedy, but they want a 4-out. They're like, nah, this is Legion. We don't take kills here. We get 4-outs.
Yeah.
And honestly, I respect the drive, but that's not to get too cocky here. Obviously, you don't want to die at, after having multiple outs potentially, having a 4K 0 gens remaining. Like that's a much closer score to deal with a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but I think also just having a little bit of fun here,
Maybe
with to be able, I mean, like you were saying, yeah, it would definitely bring the points a lot closer for a tiebreaker. But again, we do see the Gabriel go ahead hopping into the locker and the other 3 escaping.
Yeah, so that will be Eternal taking set 1 here in the playoffs. And with that said, we're moving on to trial number 2. They need to win the next set too if they want to come away here. As that first set did not go favorably. Point differential is going to be rough, so let's see what they have in store for us. And we're going to switch perspective. Is that I do not like that screen sharing.
Yeah, what we already see in play here, we do see the gens are covered for, I believe it's 2 minutes. Is that correct?
That is correct. Corrupt intervention is for a full 2 minutes, or if the first survivor goes down. Looks like Spirit phasing around looking for the survivor. They do catch wind of them finally, but Cage gonna be able to get a little bit of distance here. I do believe that's Cage, yes? Yeah,
yes, that is Nicolas Cage.
It's just so surreal to me that we have Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight.
Of all people, every once in a while, I'll head over to one of the maps. I forget what it is. It's the Plague map, and I'll open the middle in hopes to find, Temple, to find the map in the center. And I'm like, I stole the Declaration of Independence. I win.
Oh,
and that's all I do for the
goodness.
rest of the game. So, but I think Nicolas Cage here again. You see him walking quite a bit, and the reason why for that is to actually build up his sprint burst back. We are about halfway there. Again, creating and confusing the Spirit quite a bit here with not running as much, just kind of deleting or just removing the scratch marks around, again confusing the Spirit as much as possible. Again, what we do see here, we do see some sloppy butcher come into play here. Ooh, what a great read by the Spirit.
So it's interesting you mentioned that. So another reason, and it's the reason we see scratch marks, that's not just a spectator thing. It's because they actually have self-aware, also known as fixated. So they're actually they're getting distance, they're getting a little bit extra speed when they're walking around by 20%, but they're also just, they're charging their sprint burst back. Just really good play against the Spirit here from the Cage, and looks like they're gonna be taking that first hook and going to chase the Feng here. Also worth noting, so I have told multiple people, like, it's one of the biggest talking points about Dead by Daylight for me with my friends and family. It's like, hey, we got Nicolas Cage. It's like, wait, is a killer? That's the first thing they ask. They always ask, is Nicolas Cage the killer?
Oh my goodness, great. Has he done anything to make people think that he's a killer in a video game?
It's Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
It's Nicolas Cage, man. The dude can play whatever he wants, so again, I'm just happy to have him here. But with that said, it looks like Ada did take a tag there to try and help them, but it looks like, Cage is gonna be the total target here. I just love his reactions. Oh, good. It's going to be going into the corner here. Like we're talking about, these survivors, even when all is done, they know where to die.
Going back to the toy store.
The voice lines are just so good. It's just like, no, I would legitimately be saying that as I'm playing this game. I do say that as I play this game. But it's just so funny to hear a character actually doing that as well. But again, like you said, we do have the Spirit going in for the tunnel here. And these survivors just cranking out gens. I believe we did see Pop, correct me if I'm wrong, we did see Pop on the Spirit as well.
Yes, that was a Pop Goes the Weasel earlier, so survivors are aware of that if they are keen-eyed. And it looks like Spirit's just gonna be camping this out. Another gen falling down as well. Survivors again just putting on a tremendous amount of pressure against the Spirit here. Phasing around, wanted to confirm this kill, and I'm guessing they're hoping to maybe tie this up in the end game as both survivors, working on gens right now.
Yeah, and I think so. The three that we see here, we've seen Corrupt, we've seen Sloppy, and we've seen Pop. So let's see what else this killer does have up their sleeve.
I imagine it could be an endgame part. It also, there have been times where it's just been an entire game before we see something, and yeah, Survivor going to be crouching away here. A little bit of urban evasion from our Ada friend as they will confirm the death. Yeah, good, smart from the Survivor too, as the killer comes over here looking around for the Survivor. Fang setting up on the center gen, or not center gen, Shack gen at 6. Looks like Ace also did relocate, and Ada is completely stealthing out the killer at the moment. Survivor's just masters of stealth.
When I see this Ada doing this, it just reminds me from, what is it called, The Incredibles. Like there's like a TikTok person that like walks around, and it's the designer of the Incredi suits. I forget her name. Edna.
How could you forget her name? She's iconic.
It's just the hairstyle from Ada that we're seeing. It's just making me laugh. That's all I can think about.
Looks like they do actually find the Ace, eventually getting contact there, and Ace will take attack, go into the quad, but Survivor's already 50% on the gens, it seems like. This is going to have to be a very quick chase here, not getting the blind with the firecracker, maybe a little bit of distraction, and they will take chase around this rock. Here comes the infinite rock wall, folks. Will they get the pallet? I don't think so. Going down underneath, we see someone, but this gen's almost done.
This gen is almost done, but it's an...
No way out.
No way out. So with that,
oh, we see the totem. Look at there.
That is Noed. That Noed totem. Oh my goodness. Is Fung gonna try to go for this? Or
just crouching up to it.
Just the small crouch up to it.
Give it a little tickle. It's like, okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, let's try it again.
Let's try it again. Oh my goodness. The amount of just stealth that is happening in this game is just making me laugh, Rue.
This is very interesting, but yeah, they get the cleanse. Oh, knowing the Survivor squad from last time, I know they're gonna try for a 3-man out.
Oh, why not?
There's Ada coming in for the unhook as we speak. Killer coming up here looking for the unhook, but not, or the cleanse, but not gonna see the Survivor as Survivor has already made their way away. It's like they're at Shack taking chase. Oh man, I think we're gonna be looking at a potential 3-man out here.
We shall see. We do see the Spirit is closing in on this Fung as quickly as she can, but again, oh man, the amount of just well-rounded gameplay here is so good to see. Like, wowzers.
Absolutely. Looks like it's gonna be Ada trying to be taking a chase here, stealthing away with the crouch. Spirit, not to be deterred, will be going for them instead.
Oh, we
Ada.
see the push.
There's the crouching. Also worth noting is that this Survivor is extra quiet.
Yes,
and
with Iron Will.
Yeah, and that is looks like Ada gonna be making their way to the hatch. That will be the 3-person escape, crouch walking in style, and that is going to be a very strong score here for Eternal. At the very least, like, tying the set is going to keep them alive, but they need to win this if they really want to have a chance at winning the match. It's going to be tough.
And like you said, a very tall glass to fill here. We already do find a Survivor. The Spirit not wasting any time here, but honestly just hopping in and doing it. Oh, what a great read by the Spirit, already hopping, already getting a hit on this Michaela.
Yeah, really good job. Good read indeed. And Spirit setting up. There's the phase. Trying to read it. There they read it. So Survivor not doubling back into them. Yeah, just going to take a break on the door, and it's going to be taking chase with Michaela further. We do see the telltale signs of a sloppy butcher. No surprise there. Pretty common perk, I would say, at this point.
Yeah. Ooh, what another great read by the Spirit. But again, allowing this Michaela to get the stun off and now hopefully create a little bit of distance here. But if the Spirit does phase, we will see another 50-50 here, but the Spirit just swings through with a lunge, getting that first down. And we see the Survivors almost about to complete this first gen.
Yeah, Yuichi Rakuan probably going to be trying to set up for a save here. Gonna be kind of difficult. Yeah, setting up over here. Oh, that is Sprimpers. They might have a deli. First gen going down with Nia popping it. The question is, oh, it looks like Ace got pushed off their gen and Pop Goes the Weasel. Gonna be pretty brutal there as they got hooked right next to it.
Yeah, and a great way to, again, create a little bit of pressure by this Spirit to have a really progressed gen and then also have a Survivor on hook. So forcing the Survivors to start on a new gen here.
Indeed. It looks like they're going to be going back for the Yoichi. Yoichi going to take a tag, immediately running, trying to get the unhook before it's too late. And I imagine it's going to be a 1-for-1 hook trade, potentially even a slug out. Will they go for the hook? Are they content? Yeah, it looks like they are content to take this. Oh, that was an unbreakable we saw as well with the yellow bar. So yeah, my guess is that might be the Deli player, which good thing they were able to get Deli. Deli will definitely help them out in this game.
Yeah, with the Survivor, I mean, again, if this Survivor does have Deli, what we will see is with the Michaela being able to get a far enough distance to create a safe unhook, then that allows us for them to get their Deli. But we do see the Michaela get the
decisive strike.
You know, nerf DS, as one of my friends say. It's one of the strongest perks in the game, and so but he is also very much known for tunneling out people, so
yeah, fair.
So great play by the Michaela here and getting the DS off, not being able to create much distance here, and we do see the grab from Locker. The Survivors still trying to crank out gens. We do see that Yoichi was the Deli player, and all three of these Survivors are on different gens.
That they are. We're going to see two gens pop immediately. Yoichi's gen well on its way as well. Ooh. Michaela on second stage. Will they be able to finish it before it comes in with a pop? Spirit phasing around, but Yoichi's not going to take the chance, and that will be a Pop Goes the Weasel on the generator. Be pretty brutal as that is 30% off the most progress. And, I mean, they get to go right back to it. So, Survivors are definitely playing this very tight.
Yes, and with them doing that, again, being able to... What's the win condition here, Rue?
The win condition's going to be pretty tight. I think that there was... I think it is 5 or 6 stages in a 1K.
Okay, well, how many stages are we at right now?
Yeah, they can't afford to give more than 2 more.
Oh, the confusion that happened with the head-on play coming in as well. Sheesh.
Oh my goodness, perfect head-on coming in from the Nia, but however, yeah, Michaela's gonna go down. They do have 1 gen remaining though, so here's the thing. If they let this Michaela die, but they finish a gen, like they're setting up to potentially get something here. There is a tie.
Yeah. Oh man, we do see the Yoichi healing. We do need, these Survivors do need to get on a gen to create pressure. It looks like Michaela is about to go back to the campfire via the entity. We see Nia hopping on. Is there another Survivor on a different gen?
I don't think so. We got Yoichi still healing. Ace walking around, I think trying to find a spot to go to, and yeah, at this point, Nia's the only one that's able to work on a gen. Looks like Spirit is going to be onto them, though, and it's going to break them up. If they can loot for a... Oh, my goodness, but taking an early tag there.
So we are currently at how many stages here? 3? Oh, the Spirit is so good with the 50-50s.
Yeah, Spirit did a really good job reading that there. And worth noting, this is also a fresh Survivor. It's getting close, folks. I think... I know if there's one more hook, especially on the Ace, the fresh one, I think that is lights out here.
Yeah.
I don't think you can afford to give a fresh hook.
These Survivors do seem to be trying their best to stealth things out, but it looks like the Spirit found the Ace here. It looks like we are gonna get a fresh hook, making it that much more difficult for these Survivors to continue to gain points and possibly win this set.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more difficult now. There is... You have to finish gens. Like, you still have 1 gen left. We're not at 5 gens completed. We're at 4 gens completed. So they still need to finish gen. Nia's going to be pushed off her generator once again. Yeah, as Spirit heads over there to pop it. And Survivors don't have a lot of gen progress at this point. And
they don't.
especially like you wanted the chase with Ace and Nita to go long, and Spirit just not letting them have the chase that they want and cutting them down early. Nita and Chase as well going down. I didn't even see it until it's too late. That's what I can't wait for the killer perspective to be fixed, because I can't manage where the killer's going.
Yeah, and I mean, we focus on the survivors, and then all of a sudden we hear a scream from the other side of the map, like, oh, that survivor's gone. But man, the Spirit is applying amazing pressure here.
Sure.
And so now, again, I mean, and this is the thing with the Spirit, and what they're able to do here is they're focusing on the saves, and the gen pressure is just not really present, as we just consistently seeing having to go for unhook, having to go do a quick heal, allowing them to just have phenomenal pressure.
For sure, absolutely. And with that said, with the hook on Nia here, even if they finish the gen and get all 3 out, I think there are enough points secured for Eternal that they will be making it into the second round of playoffs next week. So, unless I say something else, again, I will wait till this death is confirmed. But once that death is confirmed, I know for a fact that there is nothing to be done, and it will be, with that stage confirmed, and obviously we saw 1 gen, Eternal will be taking this match and will be moving on in playoffs. I do believe next week they should be facing off against Tremor, and we'll be seeing Eternum from the previous set being facing off against Cynic. So we've got 2 absolutely banger matchups coming tomorrow that I am super excited for. Sorry, I said next week. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow, folks. 12 and 2.
And for the semis, correct?
Yeah, that's going to be for the semis, as Tremor and Cynic were their top seed from their respective groups, which, honestly, both of those teams had phenomenal seasons and well-deserved. But yeah, Cynic will be facing off against Eternum, who beat out Elysium earlier today, and Eternal, winning against the Ascetic here, will be facing off against Tremor. And for a semifinals, that's disgusting. That is going to be a bloodbath. I am looking forward to those matches.
It's gonna be so much fun to watch. It's gonna be neck. I feel like it's gonna be neck and neck, and just creating a lot of fun between just for the viewers to be able to watch such great gameplay.
Oh, absolutely. And we do see just a little bit of a Hey status effect, as that is also Noah. So Spirit, very much a similar mirror build to what we saw last game, but definitely more than ready to try and clutch that. And you can even see the exit gates just, and they get a camp with Noah. You know, it's fine.
It's fine. You know, let me just, thanks Entity. It seems like, you know, this was a plan.
It was rigged from the very beginning, but it's how it came about. Again, not a very good win con in both sets for Ascetic, just very powerful showing from Eternal here. And I mean, we've seen Eternal for probably going over a year, maybe even 2 now. They've been a very strong team from the get-go, and when you're playing against the top teams in Group A, there's just not a lot you can do sometimes. They're good.
It's true.
Me pre-dropping, and looks like Yuichi just wants to go on one final chase with the Spirit, show what they've got.
Ooh, and that quick little down here into a what is it called? Into death, and going to be sent back to the entity. Or sorry, sent back to the campfire via the entity. GG's to both teams for today. What a great showing, and what a fun sessions we did see here today.
Absolutely, it was a blast to be sure. Really good gameplay for both sides, but Eternal will be prevailing here in the end. So with that said,